Well, 12:18, we're starting to see the sunshine return for us across the inland spots here with that live look over Greenville. Notice though, sun's trying to come out, but we're still got that fog over the water for us here along the Pamlico Sound, Albemarle Sound, and the offshore waters, as well as the Bogue Sound for us this afternoon. And we're starting to slowly see the atmosphere get mixing up and helping to evaporate that moisture. Again, we saw it come in late on Saturday as a result of that trough that worked its way back towards the coast. Temperature-wise, where the sun is out, we've got those temperatures into the mid-50s right now. With that sunshine, I think we'll quickly see it accelerate into the 60s for this afternoon. And again, you can see some of that low clouds and fog still holding right along the coastal areas for us here. So we'll watch those temperatures get into the 60s for later on today, a little bit above average for this time of year. Again, clouds still holding along the coastal areas for the next couple hours. We'll see that sunshine as those southwesterly winds start to kick in. That's going to hold our temperatures into the 40s, mid to upper 40s as we head overnight tonight, with those southwesterly winds continuing to bump us into the 70s as we head through tomorrow. Main storm track kind of along the Great Lakes across the north here, big high pressure across the south, and you can see that moisture that came in off of the ocean here in the Carolinas all the way down to coastal Georgia as a result of that system right there that kind of backed in here on Saturday, and now it's being pushed further offshore with the high pressure nosing in from the deep south. So that high slides offshore, that gets those southwesterly winds in here. And then the rest of the week, we're going to play the game of follow the front. We've got the front to our north tomorrow. Sunshine, southwesterly winds into the 70s. The front comes through, and just kind of like what we saw this past weekend, high pressure cuts across the north. That creates that northeasterly wind, little wave of low pressure here in Georgia and South Carolina gets close to us. That's going to bring the clouds back in on Wednesday. Going to be another cool, chilly, raw day, kind of like what we saw yesterday with light spotted showers around for us here. Then that low pressure departs. High pressure starts to move away, and as a result, that's going to allow a warm front to lift northbound, and that's going to put us back into the warm sector with the warm temperatures going into the end of the week. Now, we will see rounds of scattered showers at times. Not going to be all day rainouts for us here, but we could be looking at least a quarter to maybe a third or a half an inch of rainfall before this pattern finally breaks going into the early part of next week. So you'll notice a roller coaster of temperatures, 70s, then drop down on Wednesday, back up into the 70s as we go through the end of the week. Maybe by Sunday, ahead of that next front, we could hear some rumbles of thunder not out of the question for us here as we stay into the 70s, and then the cool down starts the early part of next week.